I love cusps. You know, those little areas where you can viscerally or visually notice a transition from one thing to the next. There are astrological cusps, people born around the 21st of a month. There are decade cusps, which we talk about on the show all the time. You know how like 1982 is really the 1970s. It's not until 1983 it starts to actually look like a 1980s. There are generational cusps. People born in 1980 and people born in 1995 are technically millennials, but each have like strong traits with the adjacent generational labels. Anyway, there are also cusps in storytelling. John Waters' Serial Mom felt like the transitional film between like the 70s and 80s cultural deconstruction and the ironic self-reflexiveness of the mid-1990s, like the self-awareness. You know, like the Scream franchise is what we got to in horror with that. At the other end of that like 90s and aughts cynicism was Jennifer's Body, which was at the turning point of the trope subversion style of comedic writing. Let's take the high school hot girl and make her grotesque. It's Mean Girls, but there's one and she's the devil. And this week's film, 1998's The Faculty, feels like a solid-ass cusp movie. Like 2011's The Cabin in the Woods, The Faculty is a little ahead of its time with subverting young people archetypes, the thoughtful jock, the clever and responsible wastoid, but it's still living squarely in the 1980s with the mean teachers and kids versus the world, even the pairing off of our 8 main characters, four boys, 4 girls. It doesn't really know what to do with homophobia either, other than express it, though it has that watered down early 90s. Not that there's anything wrong with that allyship. I'm not saying any movie ever has to arrive. I'm not saying any movie ever has to rise above like matinee or B movie status. It just has to tell a fun story for a couple of hours. And The Faculty totally does that. But it's so close to being like truly masterful, truly clever, truly original, with Kevin Williamson writing the screenplay and Robert Rodriguez directing and a cast chock full of gold star actors and teen idols. You kind of want it to achieve more than it does. It's almost not quite. It's on the cusp still. Man, I had a lot of fun. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Who was your favorite high school teacher?
My favorite high school teacher. My favorite high school teacher was my junior year English teacher named Mrs. Greenwell.
Mm.
And it was so interesting because she was the first like tough love teacher. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she was the like we read A Separate Piece, if you remember the
Yeah.
book A Separate Piece, and she's like, if you misspell separate and to like any on any paper from here on out, you automatically fail my class. But she was also the like, if you did good, she was very like, I felt like I earned my grade for the first time ever. Like I understood what it was to earn something. And when I did good, she was like, that's very good. Like her
Yeah.
standards, she had standards, I think is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And then
That's really
also
nice.
shout out second place to my freshman year English teacher, Mr. Green, who was like dapper black man who I think for growing up in East Tennessee, like gave a class of white ninth graders a very eye-opening look at what the Black American experience was like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like he was teaching off curriculum all the time, and we loved it.
That's so good. That's so good. That's amazing. Junior or senior year in high school, we just you could take a psychology class. I took psychology,
Oh, cool.
which was really fun. And our teacher was a guy named Mr. Tupper, or like his full name was like Tupertigalescent. Like he had this really
Oh,
long name,
oh,
but
fun.
everyone called him Mr. T or Mr. Tupper. And yeah, I mean, he was like a borderline like sit in the chair backwards, be cool, like whatever. He was a
Okay.
little too old for that trope, right? Like he was a little bit closer to middle age, but he was like
The
so laid back.
oh, oh, Captain, my Captain
A little
teacher.
bit,
Let's
yes,
stand on our
yeah,
desks
yes.
and sound our barbaric yelp.
But he was like, he just was like, it was kind of the first class that I felt like an adult.
Mm-hmm.
We were covering a topic that wasn't history, grammar,
Yeah.
like
Math,
required English, math,
science. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
science. It wasn't, and it didn't feel like art or band or choir.
Hmm.
It felt like here's a real topic, a real
Yeah.
subject, and it was all so new and interesting. And I think the way he talked, kind of when I got into college, especially out of the freshman classes into the junior level classes in college, this was kind of that I reflected back on Mr. Tupper's class and was like, he kind of ran the class like that. And it
Mm-hmm.
allowed, it was just the first time we had like open dialogue and discussion.
Oh, yeah,
People
yeah,
were
yeah.
all really engaged and interesting. And I just think he ran a really good classroom, was the deal.
Oh,
And
that's
maybe
great.
it was just because I found the topic so interesting, but I think the
Sure.
class all did too. So, shout out to Mr. T.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Did he like take frequent breaks to douse his face in water or
Uh, he
anything like
did have
that?
a lot of tendrils in his
A
eyes.
lot of tendrils,
A
yeah.
lot of tendrils. That was the
Like his
thing.
fingers could come off and like move on the floor
Yep.
independently.
He would always do something really random and funny and go, I always wanted to do that.
Yeah. Like stabbing someone with a pencil.
Yep. Yep. Oh my God, this movie was exactly as fun as I thought it was going to be, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Robert Rodriguez is one of those directors that I feel like I'm going to get fun.
Yeah. Like subversive, high octane fun.
Hmm.
Like very Austin, Texas, that man
Yes.
is. You
Yes.
know, like if you go out for a night in Austin, Texas, it's like a Robert Rodriguez film.
Yes.
Like a
Yes.
little bit crazy, but not too crazy.
Mm-mm.
The soundtrack is going to be fun.
Hmm.
A lot of witty quips.
A lot of good-looking people.
A
Yep.
lot of good-looking people. My
Yep.
God, this cast is crazy.
I'd
Like
forgotten Selma Hayek is in this movie, and for like three
Piper Laurie,
scenes, Piper fucking
yeah,
Laurie.
BB Newirth. Come on, Usher, fucking Usher.
Fucking Usher is just a guy on the football team named Caleb
Just a
or
guy.
whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Oh my
Holy
God,
shit.
young Jon Stewart. I forgot that Jon Stewart was an actor for a while.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and it's so funny because this is like 1998. I graduated high school the year before this movie came out.
Uh-huh.
So this is very much I was in the they're like, hey, young person, watch these movies.
Yes. It's so funny, like how, speaking of cusps, like how that era of your life is so, like so much of your like early teens to early
Yeah.
20s, like that, the cultural impact that things have on you then kind of stick with you for the rest of your
It's
life.
the driver's license years.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like once you get your driver's license, you get your first whiff of freedom,
Hmm.
and then you have to start making choices and get a job and pick a college, maybe go to college, maybe don't, maybe
Yeah.
get another job, you know. Like that is definitely the kind of the coming of age.
Yeah. And it's funny because I am 4 years older than you, and at our
Mhm.
ages now is hardly any difference, really. But at that age, it's a huge
Oh
difference,
yeah.
right? 4 years. So I'm graduating college the year you're graduating high school.
Yeah.
And so this movie comes out a year after I graduated college. So there's like a dark period of movies that would have hit me hard like 4 years earlier or even
Sure.
3 years earlier. But this, you kind of get out of college and you're like, I'm not watching horror movies at the time
Yeah.
anyway, but I'm definitely not watching like teen
High
movies,
school. Ugh,
high school movies. Like,
babies.
I'm an adult. I have an apartment now.
You were a Reality Bites uh,
Yes.
Gen X, and
Yes.
I was literally on the cusp
Hmm.
of like Gen X.
Yep. It's funny. Our friend Adam Smith, I think he and I are 5 years apart. I remember way back when we were in our like 20s talking about, I brought up Pulp Fiction. So I'm like in my late 20s and Adam's in his early 20s. And Adam's like, I've never seen that. I'm like, how'd you never seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it was like I was 14 when it came out. And I'm like, oh, of
Okay,
course.
sure. Yes.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. I was 19 when it came out. I was in college. I'm like, I have to see this movie.
I still went to go see it anyway, though.
Oh, yeah, sure, sure.
And it was also kind of a big deal. This is a weird side tangent, but it was a big deal because in Knoxville there was like one movie reviewer for the Knoxville News Sentinel named Betsy Pickle. I don't think she still is there. I know because like with that name,
That's
come
the
on.
most Nickelodeon ass name I've ever heard.
Betsy Pickle. And when Pulp Fiction came out, she gave it like a 1-star review.
Oh,
Like she hated this movie.
sure.
And then after like a week or two, this movie like gained traction and was going to be like, and then within 2 weeks, she bumped it up to like a 5-star review. Just quiet, subtly, just reevaluated
Oh,
her opinions on this movie. But it was
sure.
the first time I ever saw an official movie critic do that, kind of cave to public pressure over what is good art.
Ms. Pickle? Mm-mm. Wow. Well, we watched I think this movie like solidly falls into the like enjoyable 3-star category.
Yes,
Like it's got its
absolutely.
goods, it's got its bads, but ultimately it's just really fun. It's hard to be like, oh, The Faculty 5-star movie,
No.
but it absolutely does not suck. It's really fun watch for an hour and 45 or whatever we're at.
It's also like I feel like it's much like a Robert Rodriguez. The era of the Tarantino's, the Robert Rodriguez. It's referential to people who love movies,
Yeah.
specifically horror movies, action movies.
Yep.
Like this movie is essentially The Breakfast Club meets The Thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is.
With
I was going
like,
to say in 80s teen movies too. Yeah.
I mean, it is exactly the Breakfast Club setup, with the exception of Mary Beth, who is the fucking alien from Atlanta. With
uh,
like, with also with the more I dived into it, with more like weird Terminator 2 references in it. So
I mean,
it's like it loves action movies and it loves horror movies
yeah.
and it loves kind of the 80s, John Hughes in a
Yes.
suburb outside Chicago kind of films.
I mean, I really loved what all of the actors in this movie, but I was really enjoying what Robert Patrick was doing in this
Oh yeah.
movie because he does have the face of a man who looks like your angry gym teacher,
Yes.
right? He
Yeah.
looks just, he's got resting mean face, right? And
Yeah.
but watching him kind of milk the laughs and the smiles and the campiness of what his character is and what it's doing is so much fun. And it's nice.
Because he never gets to play sarcastic.
No, he's
You know,
always, I've
tough
really
guy.
just seen him in Terminator 2 and Fire in the Sky. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
so serious in both of those
Yeah.
movies.
Like he never gets to like be wry or ironic.
Uh huh.
And in this, he's like, yes. Oh
So good.
no, you're quitting the team. Whatever am I to do?
Yeah. 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 Who am I to interfere with your life choices or whatever he has to say? All right, so this movie takes place at Harrington High School in Ohio, USA.
This is the most Texas looking Ohio I've ever seen.
It's so Texas. This feels so Texas to me. And I
I mean,
know
it
that
is. It's filmed in Texas.
yes, okay. And it just couldn't be in Texas because it's more about like it has to be the heartland of America.
Yeah.
It has to be in a
And
place
also,
where
these aliens would be fucked if they landed in Texas.
oh my God. Be,
It only
be-
rains like
yeah.
I've been, the few times I've been to Texas, I've seen it rain once.
Yes. You get one hurricane season and that's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Coach Terminator 2 is very
Hmm.
angry on the football field.
God, you pussies, get a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Flip a table. Throw in the.
Uh,
What do you want? Get out of here. Get off my field.
we're gonna meet Stan here, who's the quarterback, and he's none too happy with the way the coach is talking to him.
Hmm.
So we're gonna get a lot of like kind of like montage roll call to start this movie.
Yeah.
So we
Yep.
start with we know we have an angry coach, that's Coach Willis.
Yep.
We know we have a disgruntled quarterback in Stan.
Stan.
And now we're going to go meet some of the key faculty. This is Principal Drake. It's a budget meeting late at night at the school. And she is telling our history teacher, Mr. Drake, no field trips to New York City.
Nope. You got to stay in the bounds of Ohio.
Uh-huh. Mrs. Olson, you cannot have the budget for your musical. And
Did you catch the joke where she's like, I don't know, maybe you can just revamp the sets from our town.
yes.
If you're a theater nerd, you know There are
There
no
are no
sets for our
sets.
town.
So
You
good.
know, two ladders.
And she tells Mrs. Hummel, no, what is her name? The librarian
Oh yeah.
woman. It's
She's like, no computers for you.
yes, no new computers. You're just gonna have to like reboot the ones you have.
Yeah.
But and of course it's all pitted against the football team.
Because
And
the football team, they're
they
going to
make
get their
money.
new jerseys. They're going to get their brand new stadium.
Yep.
They're going to get the new jock straps.
Yep. They make us a lot of money. Look at how full this is a football town, which again I'm like,
Yeah.
this movie is set in Texas.
This movie is sexist. Yeah.
Um so yeah, the we're slashing everything. Sorry about that. Everybody have a good night. See you later. But at the end of the night, the teachers leave and Principal Drake is like, "Oh, I got to go back inside. I forgot my keys." And she goes back in, and now we're going to have hearing a noise. And there
Oh
is a
no.
shadow, and there is a jump scare. Oh, it's just Coach Willis, who I forgot to mention earlier, had some shadow of a figure approach him out of
Oh yeah.
nowhere on the field.
It's like, what do you want? Fade to black.
Uh huh. Well, this is so. Okay, so my question by the end of this movie to you, Cecil, is like, what is. Like, I kind of know what the aliens or the parasites want, which
Yeah.
is just
World
world
domination.
domination. But I, I'm interested in like, are they interested also in like replicating human behavior? Like they have like observed humanity enough that they just are enjoying the dress up and pretend? Because
I
if you
think
take for
so.
this that a parasite has taken over his body and is puppeting
Yes.
him and his personality,
But it's really new
yeah, so
because
he's
he's
like,
only like parasite number two.
yes,
So he's not, it's like, I don't know, like playing Mario Kart and then
hmm
getting behind the wheel of a car and you're like, wait, I can't. Okay, I can't like drive this thing like I'm playing Mario Kart. Okay, I get it.
yeah,
Which is why he just wants to like stab people with pencils and chase them down
yeah.
hallways.
And also why he keeps saying you look so pretty, you're very pretty to her, which is him repeating basically phrases or it
Maybe.
repeating phrases it's heard men
Yeah.
say to women or what have
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Um this is such a classic like horror movie opening. All right. This is Scream, right? Like you kind of have
Oh
your
yeah.
named. Well, actually Scream was the first to do this, right? Put a named star in the opening sequence
Oh
of
sure.
the
Well,
murder,
except
right?
for Psycho, but
Oh, you know what? Just scratch that. What a dumb fucking thing to say.
no, you're
But
no,
yeah,
it's the kind of the thing of like, here's like what you think. I mean, like we get to the faculty takeover really quickly. And
yes,
I think the idea is that our position of authority, like who's gonna fuck with BB Newirth?
no,
But then you're like, oh shit, if the aliens can take down BB Newirth, who is like she handles who she thinks is drunk, handsy coach.
uh-huh,
But if she can't handle him, then like these kids are fucked.
yeah. Well, she gets chased down, and runs and hides. She tries to get out, but he has locked all the doors with chains.
Yeah. And she's dropped her keys.
Yep,
So she has to go back to the keys. We
and
get the like, please report to the principal's office over the PA
yes,
system.
yep. A lot of good fighting back. Like she really gets him across the side of the head at one point in
Yeah.
time. But outside one of the doors is Mrs. Olson there to
Fucking
help her escape and lock him in the school just in time.
and she's like, she's like, should I get help? And BB North is like, no, just stay there and
Huh?
witness me.
But once Principal Drake gets outside of the school, she and Miss Olson Piper Laurie managed to get the
Hmm.
door closed on Terminator 2. And Mrs. Olson just picks up the pair of scissors that was lying on the ground and just stabs the shit out of Principal Drake.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Why are they stabbing? What?
Well, that was
Why
to
the
my
stabbing?
that's to my question because she says Mrs. Olson then says, I always wanted to do that, which mirrors what
Yes.
Coach Willis said when he stabbed her with a
Yeah.
pencil.
They must love stabbing.
I think it's just the alien or the parasite thing has observed the people behaving.
Who have they been observing?
I don't know. That's the
Like
question.
television, I guess?
I guess. I mean,
They're like, I've been watching stabbing TV all night long, and man, I'm just aching for a good stabbing.
I mean, it doesn't really explain itself in this way, but I do feel like we're in mid '90s here, and so we're dealing with a culture that grew up on television, right? And so,
Sure.
and a lot of these movies, like Scream, as a great example of
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
is
yeah.
like what happens when we repeat the television culture we grew up on. Quentin Tarantino
hmm
movies are
hmm
all come from a place of a guy who just constantly watched movies.
Yeah. Like you've
And
watched every single VHS tape at the video store.
mhm. And I think that's kind of a shortcut thing by this point in 1998 to say, yeah, I just have always wanted to do that is a thing that you've seen somebody on TV do.
But my question is then, do they heal themselves? Because I was like, oh, okay, so you stab Principal Drake to get Principal Drake dead and out of the picture so you can like, I don't know, run the faculty.
Mhm.
But then of course Principal Drake shows up and she's an alien lady. So I guess they heal themselves?
They have to because, like,
But then if
Miss
they heal them,
Burke,
oh, they can heal themselves. Yes, of
yeah,
course they heal
because
themselves.
Miss Burke, like, actually has
Oh,
her
she
head,
has
she
her
gets
decapitated. Oh,
decapitated
that's
and
right.
then puts
Yes,
herself back together.
sure. Which is, listen,
That is a
I think In the
choice.
Mouth of Madness did it better, but good work. Good work all around.
Yeah, I mean, when I say this movie can't quite rise above its status as just like a fun matinee or B movie type of thing, is I think it's just like a lot of questions like this where I'm missing like what does the alien want more specifically than just
Sure.
control. I kind of got the sense by the end it's just a single alien with lots of separate parts that it wants
Yes.
to just puppet all people
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun. And I think when its first lines are, I've always wanted to do that, I think it's just interested in cosplaying humanity.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you that may or may not rock your world.
Mm.
Why people?
Yeah, like why not
Out of
bears or
out of
anything?
all the out of fish, birds, insects, mammals,
Uh-huh.
out of all the billions of other species of mammalia, of
Uh-huh.
human or of animals on this planet, why people? You could like infect mollusks and completely go live in the ocean and go undetected for a billion years.
Well, maybe that's what it has done. Maybe now it has moved
It's
to,
like, okay, we've been in the minds of cockroaches
yeah.
for a million years, and now we're ready to make the jump to people.
That my guess is the movie says none of this, but my guess is that it has been there for a long time,
Okay,
inhabiting birds and trees and grass and mollusks. And there's a certain point when it has observed humanity for so long, and humanity is the most interesting species because it gets to
sure.
hit on women and stab people and drive cars
Yes, and
fast
and yes, the
and
fast cars.
be funny and do drugs and whatever else. And it's like the stuff we see in movies. And I think it gets to play football. It gets
Oh,
to
sure. Who
uh,
doesn't love football?
read books. It gets to write books. It gets to,
Yeah.
do all of the things.
I mean, we do kind of get that in Stokely's, Stokely and Casey's library scene,
Uh huh.
in which Stokely's like, I don't know, people have been writing this sounds like this short story, which is based on this other short story.
Uh huh.
And she's like, what if these things have been around for a long ass time and the science fiction has been like, hey,
Yeah.
I know this sounds crazy,
Uh huh.
but we're not the only ones on this planet that are like intelligent creatures.
Right. Well, speaking of Stokely and Casey, let's get our
Okay,
roll
here we
call at
go.
school. Okay,
Literally with the names on the screen.
thank you, Mr. Rodriguez, for doing this. I love this so much. I always love a roll call where you stamp the names and we get to
And you
see
have
them.
the characters pause in an interesting or
Uh-huh.
crazy manner. Now, Jeffrey, I have to say, this high school is fucking chaos.
There's like lead in their water. They are so
This is
psychotic.
madness, which I understand why, because then it has to contrast with the like quiet, conformed version of, like you're supposed to be overwhelmed. Your senses are overwhelmed. I love the leitmotif of the angry couple that are
Uh,
like literally beating the shit out of each other
uh-huh.
every other frame. Okay, so we've got Casey, who's been grabbed by six dudes and is being run balls first into the flagpole.
Yep.
We've got Delilah,
Uh-huh.
who is the smart, pretty, popular girl who runs the newspaper and is also girlfriend to Stan, head cheerleader,
Yes. Yes.
football quarterback, da da
Yeah.
da. We've got Stokely, who is fucking Clea Duvall,
Mm-hmm.
the icon that she is,
Mm-hmm.
who is your Ali Sheedy, dark makeup. I'm happy here reading my paperback novel.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Fuck off, don't talk to me. Who am I forgetting?
Um, so yes, and Zeke,
And Zeke,
uh Josh Hartnett.
who
Not
is
Yeah, Josh Hartnett, yes.
listen, Josh Hartnett's great,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to say, Josh Hartnett now is so much hotter than Josh Hartnett when he was hot.
Yes. Agreed.
Like, I don't like great. Well done. Him and
Uh-huh.
like this is only his second film. It's like this and like Halloween H2O came out within a
Okay.
year of each other, his first two
Okay.
films. But like Josh Hartnett now, uh, aged like fine wine.
Yes. Uh
And I think that's it. And
th
he's our, smart, witty criminal.
yes. And you have and then Mary Beth, our brand new
Mary Beth. Our
southerner student from Atlanta who's showing up
who's like,
mid first
sure,
semester.
sure she is. Sure she's from Atlanta.
Okay. Also in the teachers' lounge.
Oh, and
Oh,
wait, and
oh,
don't forget Casey.
no, we started with Casey, right?
Oh, we
He's the
did?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
he's
Yes.
the. This is
Sorry.
Elijah Wood who gets
Balls
his
to the
nuts
flagpole.
run
Yes.
into the flagpole. Also, okay. Also, Casey. He's a photographer for the newspaper. The camera never pays off.
No.
No, you have
Like,
Chekhov's camera that does not
yeah.
go off. There's one moment where he starts to take a picture of Coach Willis out in the field.
Well, he just observes him.
He uses the zoom lens to kind of see
Yeah.
him closer, but there's no point where I was like, once you see a camera, this is going to be a mystery.
Yeah. Like he's going to photograph something that he shouldn't have photographed.
Yep.
But he never takes a single frame.
Yeah, no, and also the pace, this is like, I think the difference between like an elevated script and just a
Hmm.
script that's fun is, I've talked about before, like a lot of horror movie villains act like they get paid by the hour, right? You got to
Sure.
play with your food. Like, you
Yeah.
want these people dead, but like, don't just do
But
it
they
now.
taste so much better if they're mortified.
Yes, yes. And that's the same with the alien here, which is I'm like, there is no reason to take over this school specifically. And you could be doing it so fast. Like, you don't even actually have to go through the rigmarole
Right.
of like, oh, let's bring kids in for their hearing test. No, you
Well,
can turn people so
yes.
quickly.
I know, like within like 15 seconds on some of them.
And the only way that the movie teaches us the only way to kill the alien
Yeah.
is to kill the queen.
Hmm.
So if you're the queen, run it like the queen bee, which you don't go outside.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
control the drones.
Minions.
The minions, they just go do your shit. If they
And then
get
you're
blown up,
surrounded by drone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they get pieced back together. Like you could have this world taken over
Yeah.
in like 5 days flat. Anyways, that was just the that was just my thinking. But again, like we're not really sure what the alien is really trying to do here.
I feel like there's a bit of hubris with the alien, especially when we get to the
Yeah.
final monologue, kind of the 11th hour
Hmm.
Bond villain, why did I do it monologue.
Yes.
It definitely feels like I am so much older and so much smarter than you.
Yes.
I just wanted to like flex on y'all a
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
and make
Definitely
some
hubris.
friends along the way.
Okay, so character beats with these kids. Like Stan is dating the mean girl, hot girl, popular girl, Delilah. He tells her, "I'm quitting football because." That's what kind of learn. I love this. I love this beat in this character. It's just like I'm tired of. He tells Stokely later, "I'm tired of the way people kiss my ass because I'm the high school court. I'm the captain
Yeah.
of the team." He's like, "I got a D in so and so's class." And he curved it to an A because I have a great arm. And I'm like, no, I earned that D.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be who I am. And Delilah tells
Yeah.
him, you're not good at studying, you're good at sports.
Yeah. So shut the fuck up and be my dumb boyfriend.
Yes. Yeah, the order of things. The head
Yes.
cheerleader dates the captain of the team.
Now, I have a question, Jeffrey. Did you go to a high school like this? Because here's the thing. I've talked to like quite a few of my friends and partners over the years. The high school stratification, the traditional John Hughes high school stratification, is that as real as we think it is, or is that played up for movies?
I strongly feel the latter because I've never met anyone who has gone to a school, even people 10 years older than me who would have been in school like pre John Hughes or like of
Sure.
the era that John Hughes would have been commenting on in the early 80s. Like that, there are archetypes of
Hmm.
people that definitely like that girl is such a head cheerleader, mean girl
Sure.
type. Uh, or like that kid is the nerd and did get
Yeah.
picked on. Like it's not like they're untrue, but I think it's like I say this about sports movies all the time. Like if you watch a movie about, say, football,
Hmm.
every scene where somebody runs a play, it is the most like jaw-crushing hit you've ever seen in your
Oh,
life.
yeah,
Or it's
yeah.
the most,
Rudy,
yeah,
Rudy.
it's the most like backflip over three
Yeah, yeah,
defenders and
yeah.
catch the ball with your fingertips sort of play. And do
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
plays happen in football? Yes. Is 99% of American football just people running with a ball
Yeah.
into a pile?
And and
Yes.
and
And nothing
sports is
happening.
metaphor for life,
I
Jeffrey.
know. And I think
It's only good if it's interesting and dramatic.
it's just that if the camera stops on any kid, they have to be so interesting. Like it's
Sure.
got to be the disaffected smoker girl with the nose ring who's
Yeah, yeah. We
unwilling
have
to
to we
give
have to be able to
directions.
read. I just think, like looking back in my high school, there's definitely, like you say, archetypes, but it seemed like the laws were a little more permeable. Like
Yes.
our head cheerleader was also like the smartest girl in the school.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yes.
like and I myself, like I kind of I was like I think theater kid, but also like I talked to different version, like I had my stoner friends and I had my theater friends, then I had, I
Yes.
had my like AP smart kids.
Yes. Yeah. I I think these movies did not cover that shit at all. It's amazing the number of high school films that I saw in the 80s and 90s that did not reflect the main people I saw in my life,
Sure.
which were the like the Indian kids. Like there's just like no Indian kids in
Yeah.
these movies
Oh,
ever.
of course. Yeah.
And it's so fascinating. Like when you do see an just broadly Asian person, it's like
Yeah.
for an exchange student. I'm like, there's no like first generation American,
Oh, yeah.
like South Asian, Desi, East
Yeah.
Asian
Oh
people
my God.
represented in these movies. And I think if you went to a suburban high school in the 80s and 90s, you knew a million kids that were either Korean, Vietnamese,
Oh yeah.
Indian, Pakistani. And it's like they're not reflected in these movies. These movies are just really
Oh yeah.
obsessed with the John Hughes collection.
Of course. Well, they all have to be white, of course. Or
Yeah.
you get your token usher who's
Yes.
friends with the main guy.
Yes.
Or you get, like in the craft, you have your black girl friend of the main girl.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, I don't think these things really, like a movie just in general is like ramping up the unrealism just to, or heightening the realism to make it unreal just because it's got to make a compelling story. But yeah, I don't. There
And I
was no
think because
like the
this,
violence of these types of movies, the psychological violence kids
yeah.
perform on each other.
And I think because this movie does have like 3 dozen characters in it, it's like we have to instantly get
Yeah.
the archetypes we're working with in order to then kind of play with some of those archetypes.
Yeah.
But kinda, sort
Yeah.
of, a little bit.
Speaking of like extreme archetypes and like the psychological violence kids in movies inflict on each other, we have a moment where Mary Beth, the new Southern girl, goes to talk to Stokely at lunch
Hmm.
and is like, I'm just new here. I'm just real curious about blah, blah, blah. I'm from Atlanta and you seem nice and I don't have any friends. You look like you don't have any friends. And fucking Delilah shows up and he was like, that's because she's a lesbian and she
Yeah.
fucking sucks. You dove on
Muff,
any muffs?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Okay, I'm presuming that Delilah has not been turned into a parasite monster yet.
No, no, of course not.
This is who she is, and she is
This
a
is who
bad
she is.
person. She is a
And this is
bad
who
person.
Casey's like in love with too.
I know that connection is like the most 80s thing. We're like,
Oh my God.
we're just
Later, when
yeah.
Casey's like in the closet and smells her hair,
You two
and
creeps
you see
deserve
his
each
room
other.
and it's like pictures of her, like glamour shot pictures of her taken from afar, and they end up together.
Yes,
Sure.
you two creeps
Sure.
deserve each other.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna get like a turning point wherein Casey is gonna be just wandering around at lunch because he also has no friends. It's
Of
all these
course.
people with no friends, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Delilah doesn't have friends because she can't.
She has
She just
minions.
bought. She has minions. Stan doesn't have friends because he's leaving the football team.
Yeah.
Casey doesn't have friends because he's a nerd. Stokely's the goth girl.
Yeah. Zeke doesn't have friends. He only has like customers.
Yes, because he's the ne'er do well selling contraband and drugs out
Oh
of the
my
trunk of
God.
his car.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Uh-huh. So Casey is out on the football field at lunchtime, just meandering, and he finds this weird, like little. It looks like a dead little worm
Cicada.
thing. Cicada, yeah.
And it's at the same place where Coach Willis had his first moment where he's like, who are you? Or what do you want,
Uh-huh.
mysterious person?
Yep. So he brings it back to Mr. Furlong's class. Casey does. This is John Stewart
Oh my
with a goatee.
God, John Stewart was so hot. John Stewart was so hot back
Yeah.
in the day. And also, like, just so dumb.
Yes.
Like, some of his line readings are just so funny to me.
It's really interesting watching John Stewart because he's not he picked a better being a talk show host.
Yes.
I think was the choice for him. Like he's that type of performer, and yeah, it's awkward. Like I'm always aware of like young John Stewart all the
I
whole
know.
time I'm
Yeah, yeah,
watching
yeah.
him in a way that I'm not doing that with fucking Piper Laurie or whatever.
Sure. Oh, of
Piper
course.
Laurie, gorgeous.
Like,
Um,
I remember John Stewart was in like a movie, like a romantic comedy with, I think, Gillian Anderson.
oh
And it was
wow,
just weird to get, like, it's not bad. It's just like, what was the logic here? Anyway, never mind. But John Stewart, so he's okay. So Casey brings in the slug, space slug,
uh-huh,
and Mr. Furlong, who his name is Edward Furlong
yep,
of Terminator
I didn't
2.
even clock his first name. I just knew Mr. Furlong, which I was like, T2. Yes.
Yeah. And he's all like, ka-ching. I think you've discovered a new species. That happens all the time. Does it? Does it in North America? If you
Also,
live in
yeah.
like the jungles of Peru, maybe, probably. Like, I discovered a new tree frog. There's 10,000 different kinds of tree frogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna like. I think there's discovering a new like type of animal entirely is different than a
Yeah.
new species, right? Like,
Yes.
just it's a whole other thing. Like, it's not even mammal or or mollusk or anything. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, it's interesting. He's really interested in like this new species thing. He realizes it responds to water.
Hmm.
We also see a moment wherein we've seen a couple scenes with Zeke, the wastoid type of
Hmm.
guy, drug dealer, who we know has been held back his senior year
Yeah.
because he
He's
can't
repeating his
focus.
senior year. Yeah.
But he's not dumb. He gets it. He just
Yeah.
doesn't do his work. But he clearly understands the science of it all really, really
He's
well.
chaotic good.
Yes. Yes, totally. Anyways, we put it in this aquarium and it grows tendrils, this little fishy piranha looking thing.
Yeah. And then John Stewart's like, I want to touch it.
What the don't touch anything with tendrils. Don't.
Yeah. Like, and they're not just tendrils, they're like long red, um, like feelers.
Red vines, I think is what
Yes.
scientists call them.
We've got red vines.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that is going to just wrap around your, no, but it grows little chompers and
Uh-huh.
it bites his finger.
Yep.
And then it turns into two.
This seems like, yeah, let's leave the kids alone with this thing. Let's
Yeah.
not
I mean, like,
call
we are
anyone
putting a
in.
lid on this ter aquarium immediately.
Yes.
I also love the shot of like Stokely puts her hand up to the aquarium and it like the little red vines kind of like
Mm-hmm.
mimic the shape of her hand,
Yeah.
like imitating like a nervous system.
Yes. Okay,
And
so
they're all like, cool.
the kids are all starting to notice that something's weird with the teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop and like have like all these like little complaints, but I think it's all in the script. I think the script, I know it came from earlier writers, and then Kevin Williamson was brought in to write the
Yeah,
final
yeah, yeah.
script, and so I just think a lot of stuff got lost or got added, but without tying it down. But one of the other things that I feel like is Chekhov's blank is Chekhov's like water supply.
Sure.
Meaning, like, this movie is setting up so much of like the teachers have to they buy all this bottled water. They're constantly, kids are all constantly drinking from the
Yeah.
fountain, everything like
Yeah.
that. And we know that these parasite monster things need
I
the
love water.
water. They love the water. I sort of presumed once we learned that this caffeinated drug shrivels them up because it's a
Uh-huh.
diuretic. I'm not
Sure.
sure how diuretics work. That seemed
Sure.
weird. I feel like
Yeah.
salt would work faster.
Yeah. Or like baking powder or
Yeah.
baking so you know
Like, I feel like if you pour coffee on a slug, it's not going to do as nearly as
rather
much as if you
than
pour salt on one.
or like no dose, which is
Yeah.
essentially like it's essentially trucker speed,
Yeah. Yeah.
like over the counter trucker speed.
Mini thins. I remember those. Those was a big deal.
You're like,
So
ah,
I really thought, and I guess maybe you want to subvert the base audience expectations, but I was like, it seems to me like all we got to do is poison the water supply
yeah.
because
Well, okay.
the kids can drink the caffeine. So if you could just get the caffeinated pills into the teacher's water,
Sure.
that's it. That's all you got
Oh
to do.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you could
Just put like a
because
cup
it's not going to poison the humans. So
and it's like So then, and then I'm also like, what kind of water? Salt water?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Queen Alien is swimming in that chlorinated pool water.
Yeah, yeah. That
And I'm like, that can't be good for you.
yes.
You can't
No.
put a fish in fucking a pool and be like, nom, 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 nom. This feels
Yes.
so good. It's
And
still like, that's like saying it's still water. You're like, yes, but there's elements to water.
yeah. Yeah, it's very rarely perfectly H2O. There's a lot of shit in that water.
I thought in Selma Hayek, fucking Selma Hayek, the icon that she is in
Uh-huh.
this movie,
Yes.
as the like doped up, she's on so many like Sudafed, things that literally stop like, you know, nasal, like all that sort of stuff, that they're not going to be able to turn her because her body chemistry is so filled with drugs.
Yeah.
Nope, not the case.
My So I think this movie, I wonder if like an earlier version of the script, the movie is more of a mystery or like a
Mm,
slower burn of like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that maybe
Who's an alien?
who's
Because
an alien, that the alien
that
moves
I'm
more
yeah,
slowly
yeah.
and is trying to be incognito because I had the same thought of you about the nurse. Like that gives you a chance to say like, oh, because she was on these drugs,
She's going to be
she
immune.
was immune the whole time and she was getting sick because every time a parasite got in her, it would die off and she'd be
Mhm.
whatever. And also, like, we spend too much time for like an action movie like this looking around and noticing that people are getting weird
Yeah,
and not enough time wondering, are people being weird? Is it like
sure.
there's, and so like I either wanted it to stretch out further to be more of a mystery
Yeah,
suspense or just shorten the people are being weird and just get right the fuck to it.
we go straight from there are no aliens to there are aliens. Like as soon as Casey and Delilah get sort of visual proof, and Stan, even though he
Uh-huh.
doesn't really understand what the fuck he's seeing at the time,
Yeah.
understands something is up. They formulate a plan, and the next day they're like, aliens.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Stan is going to have a moment in the showers with Mrs. Brummel, the librarian, the older woman, and she is in bad shape. Her skin is all pockmarked, and she's
It's very like
gasping.
shade. It's kind of like The Shining, sort of.
Yeah, yeah, and she grabs onto him, and he tries to pull her back, but like
She's
her
like,
whole
I'm so
scalp comes
hot.
off. Yeah,
I'm so hot. Dude, hot flashes must suck when you're
yeah.
older.
And so obviously now we've got Casey was also in the locker room at the time, so Casey and Stan go talk to uh they hold on. It was oh yeah, they're talking to Mrs. Olson, who's like,
Yeah.
well, listen, Mrs. Brummel, she has cancer and is on a
And we're
lot of
trying to keep it
medication.
hush hush.
Yeah,
Please don't tell anyone.
please don't tell. Casey and Delilah are sneaking into the teacher's lounge because they're both on the school paper.
Okay. Now listen
What are
here.
they after, Cecil? What is their story?
They are looking for some sort of gossip that they can print in the school paper. Now, again, that's not how school papers work.
It is
As
not.
some as someone who worked on the
Mm-hmm.
school paper, do you like it is the most red tape you could like
Yes.
out of all the sports or out of all the musical, all the extracurriculars, the most red tape went into the fucking school newspaper.
Yeah.
It has to be signed off by a faculty member. It has to be signed off by an administrative member because it's a lasting record, second only to maybe yearbook.
Yeah.
But even then, yearbook you could be a little subversive
Mm-hmm.
because nobody looks at, you know, every single thing. Or if somebody does, you can also like be like, hey, I want this to be my senior quote. Don't tell
Yeah.
anybody until it
Yeah.
goes to print. But Delilah is essentially she's like a weekly world news. She's a Perez Hilton, like in training,
Yes.
which kind of makes sense because 1998, early 2000s is kind of the like the rise of TMZ.
Yeah.
So they're like, Casey finds like a flask, and they're like, oh, oh, English teachers, an alcoholic, old news.
Yeah.
We already reported on that. Like, you called a teacher alcoholic
Uh-huh.
in the school newspaper, and she's like, and also his bimbo wife is sleeping with. I was like, this is not the purpose of a school newspaper.
Yeah. No.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that there are no repercussions to.
No repercussion.
Yeah.
There's no faculty oversight. But I
No.
think they're looking for, like, I don't know, like a subpoena or like a jury, like
Something?
because they find Nurse Harper's medication, and they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Ooh, she's all doped up." But I don't know.
I have no idea. But the point is, it gives us a chance to be in the wrong place, wrong time. We have to hide in
Hmm.
the closet with slatted doors, or
Of course,
it always has
they're
the
hiding in the
slats.
Halloween closet.
Uh-huh. As the teachers come in, and it's Mrs. Olson and Coach Willis drinking a lot of water. And when
I love when Miss Olsen just like viciously, violently throws a glass of water in her face without saying a word.
nope, it's so good.
And then in the next shot, she is perfectly dry. Her makeup
Sure.
and hair is done.
So they Miss Nurse Harper comes in. Nurse Harper comes in, Selma Hayek,
Mhm.
and basically Coach Willis like attacks her, grabs
Yeah.
her, and you can kind of see he's sucking the life force out of her or putting the life force in her.
But yeah, I think this is the first time we see the alien slug goes in the ear.
Yeah. And the kids, both Casey and Delilah, both see this from the closet, but Mrs. Brummel's body is
Oh
in that closet and she
no.
comes
And it
toppling
falls on
down.
her.
We've been found, Cecil.
Yes. But they kind of like, like rush out of the closet door. They knock over, Mrs. Olson and Coach Willis, and they manage to escape. Delilah runs off. Casey runs off. And the next shot is like Casey with his parents.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, fucking Casey's dad,
Oh
Christopher
my.
McDonald.
Uh-huh.
Again, Christopher McDonald.
Yep.
This cast is so wild to me. Like, every person is like, I know them.
Yes.
And they bring him into the principal's office. Okay, now Principal Drake has shown up, and she is very BB Newirth in this moment.
Uh-huh.
Whatever is wrong? What is the matter? Oh, not before they're like, oh, Principal Drake, uh, the coach and Miss Olson was attacking Nurse Harper.
Yeah.
And then Nurse Harper kind of walks out calm as fuck. And they're like, oh, something is wrong. She's been taken over.
Yes.
But of course, the parents don't believe him.
No, they don't believe Casey at all, and they're
The
just
cops have been called.
and even in this moment, like Coach Willis is like, "Hey, Casey, you got some fast legs on you. Could use you on the team." And Casey's dad is like, "See, maybe you should be on the
Oh
football
yeah,
team,
hey,
son."
hey, nerd child that
Yeah.
I don't know how to. He says you want to. You're only good at running when you're being chased, though, which I love is such like a veiled threat, like
Uh-huh.
because that's what makes Invasion of the Body Snatchers like such a reoccurring, like a really delightful film that's been made over and over and over again is that it's like the I'm threatening you in public. You know what I am.
Uh-huh.
I know what I am, but nobody else in this room knows what I am. So everything has to be like under the table.
Yeah. We also watch Principal Drake take one of the cops back into her
Yeah.
office, and Casey can see through the shadow like she just turned that cop.
Yeah. Like you hear kind of like the thump. And people are like, huh, what was that? Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah. She also tries to take Casey's mom, and Casey's like, "No, no, no, Ma, let's go,
Nah,
Mom.
yeah.
Totally, I'll go to that
That
camp for
therapist.
that." Yeah, that. Yeah. Okay. Let's
So
see. Let me
Casey
jump
has
ahead.
Casey's dad's going on a rampage in his room.
Uh huh.
No internet for you. No boombox.
Everything's
Um,
psychotic. Like he has trashed his child's room.
yeah.
He's like taking his textbooks. He's taking his
Oh,
textbooks
yeah.
and tearing them
Because he's
apart.
looking for drugs because they heard on the 5 o'clock news that kids hide drugs and they don't do that.
No, I,
Um,
I will say
my,
though that like you asked earlier whether or not like the archetypes of kids in these schools are
mhm.
accurate in these movies, and I don't think they're that accurate. But like the psychotic behavior of parents of teenagers,
Oh, sure.
this isn't that far off from parents
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
Like
Like
mine
the,
weren't this bad, but like I was not allowed. It was I've said before I was not allowed to play role playing games or like
oh,
if I
yeah.
have
Yeah. Yeah.
friends that did like Dungeons and Dragons, I was like, you cannot mention it around my mom.
Yeah.
You won't be able to be here.
Sure.
And we actually spent a whole weekend one time, my mom and I, because she had learned about Procter and Gamble was secretly a satanic cult.
What?
Because do you remember this in the 80s? Like
No.
Procter and Gamble's old logo was like just like a face on a crescent moon with little stars.
Okay.
It's witchy in the
It's natural.
yeah, it's witchy in like a
It's
cute
more
way.
Wiccan. It's
Yeah.
Wiccan.
And but yeah, this rumor had gotten out like pre-Facebook, but a
Oh, of course.
Facebook-esque type of thing was going around that like Procter and Gamble was run by Satanists, and people were being encouraged to throw out all of their Procter and Gamble products.
Of
So we went
course.
through and looked for that logo on everything we could find
This sounds
and
like a
threw it
mega
out.
church rumor to me.
Yep, total church rumor shit. Anyways, so when I'm watching his dad
Kind of,
tear apart the thing, I'm like,
yeah.
not a
You're like,
lie.
yeah. Yeah. But hands down,
Mhm.
my favorite part of the scene
Yes.
is when they're like, well, you should also take the pornography under his mattress. And they pull up the mattress and the magazines, and one of them is just called Boob. Boob magazine. Worth the price of admission. Not boobs,
Nope.
just one. Boob. And then,
Just one
of
boob.
course,
The
Casey's
great
like,
porn
oh,
search.
man. Boob. Yes, I dare you. Go to Pornhub and be right. Single boob.
Just write boob.
Boob singular. And then, of course, later, like Casey tries to escape. He's like, I gotta get out of here. And he like kind of falls off the roof, and the teachers are there, but then they're not there. And his dad catches him, and his dad still has Boob magazine.
Uh-huh.
I said, like he's keeping it for himself.
Yep. Boob.
Boob singular. Periodicals.
Uh-huh. Um, we're getting into the part of the movie where like all these like main character teenagers are starting to find their way coming together and
Together.
also
Yeah.
and
So
they're
the faculty, yeah, the faculty's kind of all been turned now.
and we've also watched them like at some point in time in here we're going to see that they're doing like ear tests for all of the students
Uh-huh.
one at a time and
And they're
changing them.
naming certain students to come in, which kind of somebody notices like they're calling in because Delilah gets called, Stan, I think gets called, but they're
Yeah.
calling in the most popular students,
Yep.
turning them first.
I the hat on the hat. There's a lot of hats on hats in this movie, but
Hmm.
the hat on the hat in terms of the characters is they're going to come together because they're all survivors
Sure.
and they're all smart kids in their own way.
Yeah.
But this movie is like, no, they have to come together because we've got a perfect pairing of boys and girls. So Stan is
Hmm.
falling in love with Stokely,
Yeah.
and so the
And
quarterback
Stokely's been holding a torch for Stan for
yes,
forever.
yep, and Casey has been holding a
Casey's
torch
been
for
holding a torch for
Delilah. So
Delilah.
the nerd and the popular girl are getting together. The jock and the goth are getting together, and we even
And
have
Zeke
Zeke and Mary
and Mary
Beth,
Beth.
the
So the
wastoid
sweet and
and the good
innocent with
girl.
the bad boy.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're having this little flirting kind of conversation.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you seem to know everything.
He's in the chemistry lab stealing chemicals to make his fake drugs that he sells to
Uh-huh.
kids.
Okay,
And yeah.
can we stop calling it scat? I want to go back to 1998 when this sort of like, listen, I'm sure you probably heard that word.
Hmm.
That word doesn't mean what you think it means. If you're into scat, or you that doesn't that's not that doesn't that's that's something vastly different
Yeah,
and
it's kind
much
of the
messier.
it's like the Mel Torme era of like cool like smooth jazz and
Yes,
crooning,
that's
right?
it. Skibbity bitty bop bip bip
Yeah,
shibbity bop bop bop.
skibbity
That's
toilet.
skibbity toilet.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, you're closer on that one. But they say it so much.
They're into scat, Cecil. Let people have their things.
No, thank you. The
Oh.
cleanup is a mess.
But it's in this moment that Zeke and Mary Beth like overhear through the air ducts. The other kids are in the Mr. Furlong science class.
They're like, it's got to be aliens.
It's got to be aliens. And the thing is that like, hey, I came in to show you this alien fish parasite thing, but
It's
the
gone.
aquarium's empty. Anyways, Zeke and Mary Beth come in there and they start by like joking around like, oh, I'm an alien. I'm possessed by an alien. But Mr. Furlong shows up and you know what? You guys stay here. I got something I got to talk to you about.
I know, like lowers the blinds.
Uh-huh. Wait, is that the scene? Are we here into
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Is this it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because we have the kids are all arguing before he comes in of like, why would aliens want to come to Ohio? Why not just blow up the
Sure.
White House like an Independence Day? Another film
Oh my
reference.
God. The other pop culture references, the Jennifer Love Hewitt,
That
Nev
was
Campbell
weird to me.
references.
That was
I mean,
weird because he's selling fake homemade porn
especially to
of
like,
them.
isn't it Danny Masterson who's like
Yeah.
kind of notorious Hollywood douchebag at this point?
Yeah, Hollywood. I think he's a straight up criminal at this point now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But the 1990s references, they're like, this
Yes.
is how teens talk. They reference things that they see on the television.
Clock.
Independence Day,
That's right.
Party
And
of Five.
Casey's explanation is like, well, if you wanted to take over the world, you wouldn't want to go in through the front door, come in through the back
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
Hey, we were just talking about that. I'm into
You're in the scat. You're just you're like, hey, how much for that scat?
But Furlong comes in and he attacks Zeke, who is
Mhm.
I forget which one he attacks first, but Zeke basically grabs the paper cutter slicer
Yes,
machine, breaks the blade arm off.
like a sword, like a
Yes.
machete.
Again, I don't think you should be allowed to use the paper slicer in a movie without its proper purpose. I love
Yes,
his
it's got
innovation.
the guillotine purpose.
I need to see things get guillotined.
Yeah, but he manages to chop off like the tips of four of Mr. Furlong's fingers, which then gain sentience and crawl across
Yes.
the floor.
Yeah, so now we've got this confirmation, and
So
then
now everybody in the Rat Pack, the Brat Pack,
Mhm.
is like cool aliens.
Yes.
We're all believers now.
And when Zeke gets pinned down, he is holding one of his little Bic pins that he has been selling his fake meth out of, fake amphetamine, or it's not fake, they are
Yeah.
amphetamines, like the mini thins
Yes.
crushed up, the no-dos,
Yeah, yeah,
trucker speed.
yeah.
And he like jams that pin into Mr. Furlong's eye, which causes him to like foam up and collapse and die.
But then like completely disintegrate.
Yeah.
What? That is 160, 180 pound man.
Yes.
One dose of speed
Yeah.
is not going to dehydrate you that much. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No.
That's what?
I just don't understand why the solution isn't salt. Just it makes no sense. Yeah, that also caffeine doesn't dehydrate you. It just makes you have to pee. Like a diuretic makes you have to pee.
Like it squeezes the moisture out of your cells
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah. Coffee is water. You know what I mean? Like coffee
Yeah.
is water. There is, of course, caffeine in it,
Hmm.
and it will make you pee faster.
But it's not hydrating
But
when
the
you
water,
digest
yes,
it.
yeah, but it's not like it's not salt. It's not like absorbing all of the water. Like salt is
We need
way
a
more.
scientist on this podcast.
Just, anyways,
Bring me a Jeffrey,
yeah.
bring me a chemist. I need a we need to phone a friend, call a chemist on the line. If you were to kill aliens that lived on the water in human bodies,
Uh-huh.
what
Yes.
what element on the periodic table would you go to before trucker speed?
Yes. Okay. Well, these kids are like, we know it's an alien. Let's just get the fuck out of here. They all sneak out through the. All the other students are staring at them, very body
Oh yeah, we
snatchers.
have and it's also kind of the like a 90s remix of Another Brick in the Wall is
Yes, yes.
playing.
And they drive away in Zeke's hot rod and his muscle car, and they run into. There's cops have set up a roadblock. They're like,
Oh
shit, they
yeah,
have to go around that.
can't leave town.
Well, they get to Zeke's house, and it turns out he's got a whole chemistry lab set up because he's been making these fake drugs.
Of course he does.
And
And it's this whole thing is that like his parents live in Europe or
uh,
something.
sure. Well, he takes the piece of one of the parasites that they took off of Mr. Furlong's
Oh
finger.
yeah, one of the fingers. Yeah.
They Sadly, he takes his pet rat Oscar and turns him
I
into like a lab
know.
rat and like puts the parasite on it and watches it take over
Like
the rat immediately.
yeah. And then they cut open the rat, they pull the parasite back out, and he just says a whole bunch of gobbledygook.
Yes.
Like, well, clearly this thing is just a part of a larger thing. So if we kill the larger, I was like, how the this? You're just seeing like
How do you
little
know?
your little cell blobbles inside. What the fuck?
Anyways, he deduces from all of this that it's also part of a larger organism.
Hmm.
That if you kill the queen, it'll kill them all.
I don't think anything works like that.
Probably not. Probably. I mean,
Like I think you used a really good analogy in bees, but if you kill the queen, the other bees don't die.
no,
They
the
just
other bees don't.
disperse.
They just disperse. Yeah. Anyways, we also determined that the drugs on the pen killed Mr. Furlong because caffeine's a
Mhm.
diuretic. It dries it out. Basically, we can use whatever I have left of this.
So now we're gonna do our homage to the thing.
Uh huh.
Here, take these drugs. I don't like drugs. Bitch, the fucking world is being taken over by aliens. I don't fucking care what you like
Uh
or do
huh.
not like.
Uh huh.
Take the damn drugs.
Yeah. Also, we sinners also took that trope too with
Yes.
the garlic, the
Yeah.
pickled garlic, or the
Yes. They're
garlic, the
like now,
what?
and I think what I loved about Sinners was that like this scene is filled with tumult.
Uh
Like
huh.
it's a lot of drama.
Yes.
And in Sinners, they kind of shorthanded it down
Yeah.
to what I just said. Like, there's fucking vampires outside. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like the taste of garlic, you're a vampire or you're not. Eat the damn garlic.
Yes. Yes.
Drama over.
Yep. Okay. So they all have to snort the fake drug, which immediately turns them all giggly.
No,
That is not how.
no.
That is not how
It's
no dose
it's
works.
like it's like it's like the reefer madness of it all.
Uh huh.
Of like, come on, like y'all live in Hollywood. I know you know what drugs do.
Yes.
But like again, it's like with the high school stratification is like I know you've observed this. Like there's no like you all are like 25 and you're in Hollywood. You understand what these drugs do. And I don't
Yes.
know if this is it.
I don't know of any drug that just makes you like instantly like giggly other than like nitrous oxide. But that's not
Yes.
even like giggly. It's not even like it's just that your body is so relaxed that
Yeah.
there's
I
like
mean,
a
it feels
yeah.
like they kind of went with the like, I don't know, you're it's like on weed
Yeah.
because they really, like speed doesn't like you kind of just start to get twitchy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like you get twitchy and you talk really fast,
Uh-huh.
and you have to like pitch, some sort of great idea to your friends.
Yes, yes. Uh, all right. Well, Mary Beth is like, I can't take it, I'm allergic, but Delilah doesn't want to take it either, but then they both do, though in a fakey way, as we'll learn
Yeah.
later. But
So
Delilah,
Delilah, oh,
yeah,
you've got face slugs, bitch.
you got face slugs.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, ma'am. You've got face slugs.
The scene is, when you said like the scene is so much drama here, like teen drama, I found it a little like, not in a fun way, a little disturbing,
Yeah.
because there's just a handgun sitting around.
Oh yeah.
And at one point in time, when they're saying you gotta sniff the drugs,
Hmm.
like Stan draws a gun on Casey to make him
Yeah.
take the drug. Then Zeke draws it on Stan. It's just, we're just waving this gun around willy nilly, you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just reads strange,
It's
especially because this movie comes out. It's being made before Columbine.
oh, like yeah, like 2 years before, 3 years before
Oh,
Columbine. Yeah.
oh no, it comes out the year of Columbine, 1998. Columbine was 1998.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna start kicking off a pretty strong era, which kicking off a strong era of school shootings is to speak nothing of like the era we're in now. But
Sure.
yeah,
This
it
is
just feels weird. It's like this movie is real loose with kids doing drugs you have to snort
yeah,
and just having a gun.
just having a gun, which again, a very Texas thing. Not gonna lie.
Right, yeah. Totally.
Just like, I don't know, there's a gun. Get over it.
Yeah.
You're like,
No.
is that necessary?
I,
For me, it was much more the drama of like, I don't like Stokely because I'm Delilah and we have issues. And I'm like, y'all literally saw your science teacher throw each and every one of you over a table and then explode into aliens.
yes.
Listen, I could hate you so much,
Yes.
but if we are the last six people on Earth, we'll find a way to work together.
If you I mean, hers is an extreme level of homophobia, right? We see movies all the time where people are
Sure.
like, people overcome like horrible differences, but like in the, like, she hates lesbians so much,
Like a little too much.
a little too much.
Like, hmm? But each of them have beef with each other because it's like they're trying to throw this wrench into the script of like each of them gets one of the other on like, well, you just showed up yesterday. Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
You were a football star and then you decided not to be. Maybe it's you. I'm like, you guys,
Yeah.
just take the drugs.
Take the fucking drugs.
So Delilah escapes. She goes, blah, ha, 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 ha,
Uh-huh.
essentially. And she like arm pummels all of Zeke's drug making equipment.
Yep. So they
And
have a
then
limited amount.
literally runs through like Kool-Aid Man style, like runs through the siding and the house, leaving a Delilah shaped print as she runs off into the suburban night,
Mhm.
where she's being picked up by the driver's ed teacher,
Yes,
which I
yes.
loved.
Okay,
And everybody's
so
like, geez, that was crazy.
they're gonna go back up to the school because they, I think, believe Principal Drake is the prime, is the
Yes.
queen.
Because
Because
she's
she
the
was
principal.
missing, because she was missing for a couple of days,
Yeah.
and then she shows back up after all of this stuff, and she's the
Well,
principal.
their whole thing is they're like, yeah, like administrative.
Yeah.
We need an admin. Of course, the administrative is in charge.
Yes.
But it's football night. I don't want your life
Life.
as a slug. I don't want your space slugs, Dad.
These fucking signs. This is Texas football because the home team is holding up signs that just say kill, kill,
Yes.
kill.
Sure. Sure. Oh my God, the fucking football montage of like football players getting tackled and then ushers just like dropping slugs in people's ears. What? Like, Jeffrey, you know sports.
Uh-huh.
What color flag is that?
that
What is a
is
space
that
slug on
is
the
a yellow
field?
flag,
Is that a yellow
straight up.
flag?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
That is a personal foul, game misconduct,
You're like,
ejected.
I put my slug in his ear.
Yep.
Put him on a stretcher. Get him out of here.
Oh my God. Again, like this whole scene, I'm like, why doesn't the parasite slug alien just run through town, just take everybody over? Just if that's what you want.
Well, I think that's what they're doing. They're like slowly planting seeds,
Yeah.
knowing then everybody's going to go home. And then, like, so we've had little glimpses of this, like Mr. Tate, after he was taken over, he's like, because he was the drunky, don't give a fuck teacher, but now he's very alert
Yeah.
and very authoritative.
Yep.
He's like, write down the names of all of your family, your living family, the ones you live with, and the ones that you could get to in a 30-minute car ride.
Again, busy work. Just you're viral. You are a parasite. It just spreads.
Opportunistic.
Just
Yeah.
just like you don't need to waste your time on Excel spreadsheets. You have
Just start going
just start going. Eventually, you're going to find if you need a database, you can get to somebody who runs a database somewhere. It's
on the
just
World Wide Web.
yeah. In fact, it's just this movie exists to speak of cusps, like it exists on the cusp of the school shootings, right? Like it
Mhm.
happens like right before that becomes
It's
a
also
recurrent story, and right before the
the
explosion of
internet.
the internet.
Like when you're like, wait, there's a phone. Like I could look up like Yahoo something.
1998, I'm still asking people that I meet, do you have an email address?
Oh yeah, there's no cell phones unless you're a drug dealer or a doctor.
Yeah, people are just starting to like, they're
It's
just
much more
starting to
pager. Yeah.
sell like Sprint PCS phones or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
whatever
Yeah. Yeah.
for whatever. Um, yeah, and so yeah, it's just funny because the movie is just a little late on a couple of things that I think it
Sure.
2 years later it could have been informed of a few other details. Well, uh they go to the gym. Drake had seen them, and the kids are hiding out in the school
Mhm.
gymnasium. And Drake comes in. They tie her up. And they're like, "We all know who you are. Sniff this."
Gun at her face,
Yeah,
and they're like, "What if we're wrong?
yeah. Casey and
Are
Stan
we just
both
gonna
like
shoot a
panic,
teacher?"
and I did like this. Zeke just straight takes the gun out of their hands and just shoots her in the head.
Yeah, and she explodes into slugs.
Yeah. Yeah, we do see a moment where she rises up and slugs are coming out of the hole in her head and they just splash her with the fucking
Yeah,
caffeine
and
powder.
Mary Beth like wastes their entire supply.
Yeah, just everybody be chilled. Everybody learn the value of
Well,
ammunition.
I mean that's your clue as to how it's going to end
Hmm.
because she like takes like 200 times the amount of drug that they need for one alien. She's like, "Oh no, I spilled it all.
Yeah.
I got excited. I'm just a girl.
Yeah. I'm just a girl.
Oopsie.
Oops, sorry, used all your thing.
Oh no,
Oh,
you're
that's
out
right.
of
Yeah,
drugs
because it
now."
is. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It is Mary Beth. Of course, she doesn't want to conserve
Mhm.
ammunition. She wants to
But
use it
Zeke
all.
still has like 3 or 4 pens in his pocket.
Hmm. So now
They're like,
they're
"No,
seeing
no,
the
it's,
game is letting out, people are drifting away, and Stan is like, I'm gonna go check it out. No, you're not.
why? Okay,
Why?
stay together.
Mhm.
Or if you have to split up, groups of 2 and 3,
Yeah,
like in Clue.
yeah.
That way, like if one of you is the murderer, the other person gets murdered, and we all know who the murderer is.
Well, that, like Zeke and Casey are gonna go get the extra like pins out of Zeke's trunk,
Yeah,
and Casey's like, why do we need two of us? And Zeke's like, one of us is a decoy.
yeah,
And I'm like, that's how this works.
yeah. But no,
But
Stan runs off, and he finds this. The whole football team is
yep,
just rain bathing.
yep,
Coaches fully, I don't know, tentacled out.
yep.
Stan comes back. He's like, "Oh no, I'm being chased. You
Open the
guys let me
door.
in." They're like, "Do those drugs. 2 hits in one night. My nervous system. Guys,
Yeah.
I'm tweaking. Oh
These
no, I'm an alien." And Stokely's like fully in love. They've had their kiss, the
uh-huh.
like on the eve of battle kiss.
Yes.
The deer hunter, like before you go off to Vietnam, I want to express my love to you, and if
Yes.
because you might die and never come back. And
Uh-huh.
oh no, now I truly love you, and I'm crying because you're an alien now.
Yeah.
That's
So
sad.
sad. Well, Casey and Zeke are sneaking through the parking lot, but the football team is all out. They've
Oh
stayed
yeah.
behind to hunt down non-parasited human kids.
Yep. Because they know the band of misfits, the non-conformists, are still lurking about.
Yeah. And we
And that
presume they
includes
know they're in the
Delilah.
gym. Yeah.
Yeah. That includes Delilah. So Delilah gets Casey cornered in the bus. Meanwhile, Zeke gets cornered by Miss Burke, who we've not
Okay.
talked about this entire
Let's talk
podcast.
about fucking Miss Burke.
Okay. Femke Janssen, the
Incredible.
icon that you are, she's set up as the mousy, oh my God, such a like fucking Disney World of Movies trope.
Oh my God. She's got glasses and
Uh-huh.
minimal makeup and muted darker
And
colors.
she's wearing a cardigan. She's wearing
Yes.
a, oh no, I can't. Robinson Crusoe. What do we think he thought about things? But like she confronts Zeke early on and it's like, hey, mister, you can't be doing bad things in the
Don't be
parking
selling shit
lot.
out of your car on public property.
And he essentially menaces her. He's like, do you need an enema? You need to loosen up. How about a cherry flavored condom? She's like, oh no, sex. I can't. Oh dear. And literally runs away. But when she gets taken over by aliens, as opposed to being like emotionless,
Uh-huh.
she becomes like
Sex
a
pot.
Bond villain,
Yeah.
like pussy galore level sex power dominatrix.
Uh-huh. It's the number of characters in this movie and the number of wild choices of these characters is so much fun. But like as you're describing that, all I'm thinking about is this movie seems to have sniffed the no-dos. Like
Yeah,
there's no like none of this stuff is very little of it is really earned. It's just here it is.
sure. It's
Here
just
it
here.
is.
This is it.
This is it. We're here now. This is what's
I
happening,
mean,
which
this
is
is
what
let's
makes the movie fun.
it's fun. It's also like, let's be real about it. This is like the height of the Weinstein brothers. This is like the height of
Yes.
the Weinstein era
Yep.
of like these are the things that populated,
Yep.
the zeitgeist at this time. They're like, oh, like quiet, mousy, sexy, quiet teacher turns into fembot
Yep.
power dominatrix.
Yeah, and also like
No in between.
the teacher student dynamic is there
Uh-huh.
too, and we're like, okay,
Yeah. You're like, okay, Dawson.
yeah,
Or no,
Jesus Christ.
Pacey, excuse me.
So yeah, he's gonna get confronted by Miss Burke, who is gonna like, she's like, oh, hello, Zeke. I had my heart set on something cherry flavored.
What?
The fucking Magnum condoms that he was selling her were cherry flavor. It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening? But she's like not even able to like get a parasite in his ear. She's just too busy like being sex kitten
I
on
know.
him.
Which again is like, okay, you know what I am and I know what I am and I know that you know that what I am.
Yep.
That gameplay only works when other people are around.
Yeah.
Like it works. The dance between Casey and Principal Drake worked because it was all coded language in front of his parents and in front of the cops and in front of administrators. There ain't no reason to be playing this little cat and mouse game.
No, not unless we had like more information about this relationship of like and more information on the alien. Like, why does the alien want to play these parts? And again, I
Sure.
think it is just cosplaying human behavior from TV and film.
It's like it looks deep into when it takes you over, it looks deep into your soul and goes, is this what you wish you could be? Now you can be it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like kind of open up that ego box or open up that id box or whatever
I think that's a
and
great
be
way of,
like, oh,
yeah, looking at it.
oh, this was hidden deep in your psyche. Have fun.
Which I sort of love. I mean, that's very much like a kind of a drug metaphor too, of like that it's it's not necessarily that weed makes you lazy so much as that it brings the part out of you that's like, I want to chill and play video
They're like,
games.
fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Or that alcohol makes you mean,
Loose or
or
me.
loose
Yeah.
or
Loosens your
funny
tongue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or angry or lovey. It just brings the part out of you that is that. It loosens that up. Um, yeah, anyways, however it is, Zeke straps in his just lap belt
Uh-huh.
and drives full force this
Into a school bus.
Challenger into a school bus, which then
Which,
blows everything up.
which blows. Okay.
Again, 1979, where just
Like
cars blew up
you
all
just
the
have to
time.
tap a car and it explodes, a
Yep.
la Duel.
Uh huh.
But then, okay, so Zeke crawls out and he's like, oh, thank God I didn't die in that fiery fireball of an explosion. Sure. And then Mrs. Burke's head appears with tentacles coming out the bottom. So she's been decapitated, unburnt. How? Again?
Uh huh.
Like going through a
I
windshield.
guess through a windshield could do it.
But like, but then what?
But also, like,
What?
windows, even in a car of this age, were not made with like plate glass.
No. And also, you're running into like the front of a bus. Like, okay, anyway,
Physics
it's
be
also
damned.
it's physics are rough, but almost as much as chemistry, apparently.
Physics are a rumor, Cecil.
Like, I mean, that's the we never really saw them taken. We need those teachers in the faculty
Uh huh. Uh
to
huh.
explain physics and chemistry.
Yes.
We've got biology, but we don't have physics or chemistry.
No.
I think it's really just so we can get the like cool effect of Femke Jansen's head with tentacles and the body behind it like desperately searching for its head.
Yep. And then like putting itself back
Hmm.
together.
And Zeke's like, fuck this, I'm out of here, man.
Um. So now we've got back at the gym. We're left alone with just Stokely and Mary Beth, and this little conversation of like just kind of keeps escalating between these two, culminating in Mary Beth being like, "Aren't you tired of being something you're not,
Yeah.
Stokely?"
Like, aren't you tired of being always on the outside?
Huh?
Don't you want to conform? Don't you want to join? Join us.
Yeah. She's the monster, Cecil.
Oh my God. So she just pushes Stokely to the ground like a la like a third grade bully.
Again, why did she need the Bond villain lecture when she could have? She was sitting so close to her.
Just
Just stick a little
in
finger
the
in her
ear.
ear. She's
Yeah.
turned. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So now we've got this like chase scene. Stokely gets grabbed and pulled into the pool. She gets like her
Oh yeah.
jaw busted.
Yeah.
Um.
Mary Beth now turns into giant catfish
Yes.
monster.
Catfish
Cat.
axolotl.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Which
And yeah.
I'm like, how is how is all that contained inside the body of a 17-year-old? Because that is like the size of a minivan.
I don't understand the question.
Shall I rephrase? Do I need to rephrase the question? And also, how does it like Like, where does the human skin go when you're the size of a minivan? And
Hmm.
how do you like fold it back up again?
Yes. Yep.
The answer to that question is yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I would say
Uh-huh.
yes. I would say
And then,
yes.
a question I previously asked is how does chlorinated water not fuck with your water loving because you can't drink chlorinated water. That's not that's huh?
Well, hear me out. This is
Uh-huh.
how I would respond to that. Just because.
Okay, great. Great. Just
Yeah,
because it
just think
looks
about it
cool.
that way. Just think
Just
about it that
okay,
way.
sure.
Just
I
because.
and I think that's why.
Yeah. Okay. Zeke shows up. Mary Beth has turned back into Mary Beth.
Yeah. But now she's naked.
Just a weird choice.
Again, 17-year-old girls naked on film.
Yep, great. Uh, at, definitely at this day and age, this actor isn't over that age, but
Oh
it
no.
is just a weird thing to be like, let's have a 17-year-old character be naked.
And it is also like you can tell there is a modicum of delicacy slash like she's always kind of a little bit in shadow, like the shadow
Yes.
tentacles. Like you never see nips,
Uh-huh.
full on nips, like it's always slightly airbrushed. This is not Penthouse, this is Playboy,
Yes, yes.
Or
Yeah,
wait, this is not Hustler, this is Playboy.
I found that really interesting because there's a moment where so they're Mary Beth and Stokely are both trying to convince Zeke she's the parasite. No,
It's
she's the
her. She's the
parasite.
alien. Yeah, yeah.
But
Classic.
it turns out they both are at this point.
I
But
know, which
during
is
the scene when it
weird and
shows Mary
pointless.
Beth naked, and you do see a shot where you see, you know, full frontal like torso up. Like I really am like looking at her boobs and being like, she doesn't have any nipples.
No,
Like when you
they've
say
been airbrushed
airbrushed,
out.
and all I could think is if I'm Zeke,
Like, what
I'm
happened to your
looking,
nipples?
yeah, I'm like, well, you clearly are because you forgot to draw nipples onto a human body.
You don't quite understand how this whole thing works.
Yeah,
You forgot the belly button.
and it was just a weird choice because I'm like, is this that weird thing of like what a nipple does, right? Like where I remember like early on, like Instagram was,
Hmm. Free the nipple. Yeah,
yeah, free the nipple because like the idea it's the nipple that makes it dirty.
yeah.
And so did they just decide in order to, was this movie R? Was this movie PG-13? I don't know. But like, was there a decency standard where they're like,
Oh, I'm
we
I'm
have to
sure.
airbrush the nipple? Which
I'm
just then
absolutely
makes the
sure.
body weird. Hold on, I'm looking up.
Well, keep in mind this movie also had a tie-in with Tommy Hilfiger. So like all these actors appeared in a Tommy. So this movie was big, like this was big budget Hollywood
Yeah.
shit.
Those
So like
movies
you couldn't.
are. There's no reason to like edit out a nipple.
I also wonder if it was like in the actor's contract, if it
Yeah,
was a directorial decision to make it less about the sexiness of the body and more about like, oh, why are
I,
anyway,
I thought. Well, that was my thought. It was like typically what you do is you crop just above the nipples.
right?
That's where you crop the actor. But I'm like, here we
But
are,
no,
like,
no,
oh no, no, we're gonna show weird nippleless boobs. Anyways, Stokely
and she's also
attacks. Oh, what's that?
yeah, and on and then she's just going to go full on nudisty, just prancing naked around,
Uh huh.
stalking her prey,
Yep. Well, Casey manages to tackle Stokely before she can get to Zeke.
and kind of locks her in the sports cage.
Yes, in the sports equipment, the sports ball cage.
Yeah,
Um, Zeke gets like hurled across the again. If the parasite had grabbed Zeke,
it
just turn him. Just
takes 15 seconds. You don't have to kill him.
no.
You're look. That's the thing is like I feel like Hollywood movies oftentimes violence is the reason.
Yes.
Like again, we're afraid of sex, but we love violence in America.
Yeah.
We'll show a body being ripped apart before we'll show
A
the last
nipple.
tango, a
Yeah.
nipple,
Yeah.
you know.
But also, our curiosity about sex is so topical. It's like, let's look at female body parts, but like, we need to see tits,
But we can't leer at tits.
but we
So there's a
can't,
line.
but we also can't like show like the holistic nature of just humans. How does sex work? We'll
Oh
never
no.
find out in Hollywood.
No, absolutely
What
not.
does a
Well, I
male
mean,
penis look like? We'll never know.
oh goodness, no. Um, the point I was making is that like the point of the alien is conformity,
Uh huh.
which is a passive goal,
Yes.
rather than the point of like American pow 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 Hollywood is more of an active
I
I
see.
must dominate you goal,
Yes.
which is not it's not as stimulating interesting rather than intriguing interesting.
Yeah.
So we have this chase scene again of like you just have to like hold him down and go, "Bleh, you're an alien now."
Yeah.
As opposed to I must dominate you, I must destroy you. You, Stokely the outsider, must be violently pushed to the ground and destroyed rather than absorbed.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that's passive, not active.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, it's this final chase with Casey running away from the axolotl catfish monster, and
I do love the fact that he's our final girl.
yeah, it's great. And Elijah Wood's amazing. I love him, and he runs under the bleachers in the gymnasium, but there is a
Mhm.
big old push button that closes them automatically.
That has the strength of a fucking, like car press.
Yes. And also like doesn't go in all at once, like goes in
No, no,
panels,
no.
like layered,
Of
like
course.
yes. So he runs this obstacle course, gets the giant parasite monster stuck, and then he takes the little pin of that has 2.5 grams.
3 doses.
Yes. And just shoop right in the eye.
This thing is the size of like a rover, like a jeep.
It's the size of a whale. I mean, it is running the length of a gymnasium at this point.
And 3 doses,
Uh-huh.
it just disintegrates. And then all of its other, oh,
What?
huh? Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say? Anyway,
Well, when he stabs it, a bunch of parasites fly out of it and into his
oh, yes.
face. But as the queen dies, is Zeke determined through very rigorous scientific analysis
rigorous 30-second science.
that so do all the other parasites. So, yeah, he is saved, and Stokely and Zeke are still alive. And
Are you yourself? I think so.
so we get back everyone but Mary Beth. So
1 month later.
yeah, so Stan and Stokely are together now because he's gonna be an academic, and fucking Casey and goddamn Delilah are together.
Because there's something Machiavellian about them both.
Yeah,
You know? Like, because this whole thing is that like Casey he's the final girl. He's on the cover of Time magazine. We have the sort of Scream era 24-hour news footage.
uh-huh,
Is it national? Is it local news of like delusion at Ohio high school, aliens? Is it hoax? Is it real?
yeah,
But he's the face of it,
hmm
which again, he didn't take a single frame of footage
no,
of this alien. So proving that is going to be a little bit harder
like
than
you're
you
a
would think.
photographer and you never
Yeah.
used your camera.
No.
Why? Why was the camera there? It just sounded like Seinfeld there. What's the
Yeah,
deal?
that's it. I know. It's
He watched
what
this
it does to
movie
you.
and got his whole act down. Like,
That's it.
why?
All from the faculty.
And Zeke had been paired off with Mary Beth, but since she turned out to be the creepy monster thing,
Zeke is now hitting it on Miss Burke.
okay, yes, she's just out there watching him play football. I like that he's on the football team
He's
now,
on the football team
and
now.
he's got a fucking cigarette coming out. He's just
What?
so good.
Because, life is short. And when, we are all of us a jock, a brain,
Uh huh.
a dropout.
Yeah.
Don't you forget about me. This is the better to pow. See, I'm scatting.
uh, I just uh, the most dissatisfying ending to me is just like that Delilah has written a story about Casey saving the school for the school
Uh-huh.
newspaper, and
Yeah.
then they kiss the end. I'm like, this is not the couple I care about.
Yeah, yeah. This is the fun.
I'm
I
like,
mean,
if there's a couple left that I truly give any like empathy or like pathos for is
Stokely and Stan.
Stan and Stokely.
Yeah. Because they're kind of like living their authentic outsider selves
Because the teacher flirting with the student is not
in public,
in
like
public is,
in full ass public.
and then these two sociopaths, Casey and Delilah. I'm like, no, do not care. But that's how we end the end.
The end.
Shall we rate this movie?
Yes, let's.
All right. If you are a horror movie averse, a little squeamish, let's rate that first for you. I'll give a rating of 1 to 10 of how approachable the faculty is, with 1 being not at all approachable and 10 being very easily approachable. I'm going to put this like right in the middle, like 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10 cherry flavored magnums. Like it's mostly in the jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
I think it hits all the beats of a horror movie. Like it's doing the horror movie thing. So
But
it
it's more
is
action horror.
more action horror.
Yeah.
But it lands its scares. The blood and guts is CGI through and through.
Oh yeah.
The
Like with the
alien,
exception of the elder teacher, like
yeah,
that's the most kind of the most. And then like, oh, poor Principal Burns just getting
yeah,
pencil through the
yeah.
hand.
So I mean, it lands its horror beats. It lands its good, solid
Yeah.
violent scares. But it's gonna be it's bloodier and scarier than like Independence Day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's gonna be up that scale, but like less so than like I don't know what's like a bloody horror comedy Slither, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. So let's say 6 out of 10 cherry flavored magnums. Really the only content warnings is like animal death for poor Oscar the rat, and the jump scares. But oh, and also like I don't know, teacher dating a student is weird. And homophobic slurs. So there's your content warnings. Cecil, to speak nothing of approachability, just how do you rate this as a horror movie?
As a horror film, this is pretty good. I think it is, again, it's the, Rodriguez, like, hey, you love movies. I love movies. Here's a bunch of references to other movies,
Yep.
which is fun
Uh-huh.
and very 90s.
Yeah.
And it's quite a romp. I will say it does drag on kind of a bit. Like, once you find out they're aliens, then you're like, okay, you know, let's do the thing,
Agreed.
guys. So for that reason, I think, yeah, 6 out of 10 rolls of unshot 35 millimeter film.
Yep. Great. All right, let's figure out what movie we are going to watch next. You've got a scare die. I've got a style die. Let's roll those up and see what movie fits those two things. Cecil, on your scare die, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is Psycho Killer. 2, Bad Mom or Bad Dad. 3, Technology. 4, a wild card. 5, Vampire. 6, Religion.
6.
Religion, that's been on this for 6 weeks. So let's match up your religion with the style that I roll. If I roll a 1, it's got to be a foreign film just made out of the somewhere other than the US. 2, it's got to have a one-word title. 3, animated or musical. 4, it's got to be specifically from the year 1991, the only year we haven't covered in the modern era. 5, horror homework essential viewing. Or 6, it's got to be from the 2020s. See what I got here. Shake my little dice cup. I also got a 6, Cecil, 2020s.
Ooh, good combo.
Knocked that out right away, didn't we?
Good combo.
All right. Religion. 2020s. We've got some that we've already written down, but we also are at Random Horror 9 on Letterboxd. You can follow us there and see our lists of all the possible die rolls that we have going at the time and leave comments of films that you think might be good. So let's see here. What did we write? Oh, we got some really good ones here.
Like, I mean, we're in the era of thesis horror, and what's more thesis-y than religion?
Then Good and Evil, God
Yeah.
and Satan. Yep.
Religion versus spirituality.
I wonder if like the way we'll want to narrow this down is to think about whether or not, because we're gonna have a lot of demons or possession-y.
Yes. Is it
Is it
the
the
devil
or is it the
or is it
religion
religion
itself?
itself?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which I think gets to our very first thing, which is I think the religion itself is what's the scary thing in Hellbender,
I've not
2020.
seen Hellbender.
Really, really, I love this movie. I think it's really great.
Very
Really
folk
solidly
horror,
made,
right?
very folk horror, very contemporary, very independent film, and very upstate New York. So
Okay. Oh,
it nails all
interesting.
those things well, and it is about the. I'll just say
The
it is
dangers of the dangers of religion.
yeah, that's the scares of it. Maybe
Okay.
not the dangers of it, but that's what's scary is the actual
Okay.
religion. Two, When Evil Lurks. This is more demon possession, but it
Yeah.
is intense.
I mean,
You
this just looks
Won't
like.
Be Alone is a
I did put this on here. This is uh Macedonia. Young feral rich accidentally kills a peasant. She assumes the peasant shape to see what life is like in her skin. So it's kind of the outcast witch,
yeah.
you know.
We've got I saw Medusa on here.
Oh yeah, what was this? This one. Oh, this is it. Okay, so this is kind of a like um group of girls that are very like modern Christian, like young life kind of Christians,
Uh-huh.
very like pretty pink, what would Jesus do? But then at night they go out and like form a girl gang that like beat up and kill sinners.
Oh, that is it. That's an interesting use of religion.
Uh-huh.
That's fascinating. Uh, this is a 2021 film. Anita Roca de Silveira is the director. Okay, cool. I don't know much about this at all. We have Saint Maud. This is a British film from about 4 years
Jeffrey, this is
ago.
gonna be like as soon as we roll religion, it's gonna be hard not to think of Saint Maud because I've
Yeah.
not seen it. I've watched the preview and I'm like, I don't want to know any more about it.
Yeah.
The preview gave me just enough to whet my appetite, but these ladies seem they need some help.
Saint Maud, I'm really intrigued with Saint Maud. Like this
Yeah,
is what I'm
because
really,
it
really
does
interested.
it's not. I think this one might be one of my front runners just because it's not the scare is a demon. The religion seems to like religion fuels the
Yes.
scare, you know?
Yes. We of course have more demon possessions with Late Night with the Devil.
Sure. And this
Uh,
is also kind of demon slash culty kind of behavior.
yeah. There's Immaculate. This is a Sydney Sweeney movie from 1 or 2 years ago.
I watched
Uh,
this one. I like this one a
I did
lot. And I
too.
think it is definitely like it doesn't quite fit the demony,
Or the
the demons, the devil kind of trope, but like if you've
it
not seen
is,
it, it
yeah.
a religion is the conformity of religion is definitely the scare.
Yes. Yes. We have X and Maxine, both Ty West movies. Like the
I think I would put Maxine above
I
X,
would too for the religion itself, but
kind of the
X,
cult,
the
the
through line in
cultiness.
X though is
Oh, the sort of Protestant,
yeah,
y'all are
the
doing bad, sinful things, making that porno
Pentecostal.
in my barn.
Mm. Yeah, so that is like Christian Pentecostalism sort of thing, like
Gotcha.
that. That
Okay.
was the underlying MO of the Killers in X. So that's what we wrote. Let's see what folks on Letterboxd had to say. Bet we're
We
gonna
have
have
a
a lot.
first off, we've got quite a few from King and Commodore, from Samson Ceramic for Heretic 2024. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think about this one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Two Latter-day Saint missionaries knock on the door of a seemingly kind and thoughtful man, only to learn that his definition of religion is far more sinister than their own. And yeah, the only thing in more danger than them is the scenery because Hugh Grant chews it all up. Thank you, King and Commoner. That is a perfect way to describe this film. I will say I saw this movie, had a great time with it. I loved Acts 1 and 2. Act 3 had me kind of scratching my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We also have a couple of different recommendations from Weaponized Toaster, Monstrum for The First Omen, which I've not seen. This one got like actually like if not critical acclaim, but people were like, this movie's pretty good.
Uh-huh. Okay.
A woman starts to question her own faith when she uncovers a terrifying conspiracy to bring about the birth of evil incarnate in Rome. And as Weaponized Toaster says, this movie is better than it has any right to be, with great performances by the main actress. Yeah, kind of interesting. We've
Interesting.
seen The Omen.
Yeah.
Suspicious Beans recommends The Rule of Jenny Penn.
I saw
I feel like
this.
oh, see, I've heard the title, but I don't know this one. Strange made up cults as religion. John Lithgow as a resident of a care facility who abuses and controls the other residents by making them supplicants to Jenny Penn.
His puppet. It's John
Oh,
Lithgow versus Jeffrey Rush,
oh,
basically.
fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're
In
gonna
an
have
old folks' home, and there's a hand puppet.
and there's a puppet.
uh,
Sure. Tyler recommends Longlegs. Sort of culty,
yeah.
satanic, fits
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah, of
100%
course.
agree. Yeah. And it's also like the sort of if you consider like crafty, crafty Granny Squares cult religion.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Half Price Horror recommends The Reckoning from 2020. They say they didn't really connect with them, but their son really liked it, as it's an excellent take on the whole witch hunt subgenre of religious horror, which we've not covered. Like, there's a lot of the sort of, especially the British hammer horror.
Yeah.
Some of
Well,
them are
like
kind of hard to
Witchfinder
find.
General is kind of
Yep,
like the
yep.
ultimate of that.
And they say it references features a fantastic performance by Sean Pertwee, Pertwee, channeling the spirit of Vincent Price. So kind of a throwback to those
Yeah.
kind of films, which would be kind of fun. Max Bird recommends The Devil's Bath,
Okay.
a particularly miserable loophole one can take to escape the prison of religion. 1750 Austria, a deeply religious woman named Agnes has just married her beloved, but her mind and heart soon grow heavy as her life becomes a long list of chores and expectations. And she becomes trapped in a lonely path of evil thoughts and commits a shocking act of violence as her only way out of prison. It's a sort of religion conformity.
hmm
Max Bird also recommends Men from 2022, less religion forward, but it relies heavily on the Green Man and other pagan imagery.
hmm
And the feeling of religion is ever present in the background. I've heard mixed feelings about this one as
Yeah.
well.
Same.
Ace Diamond recommends a couple different ones. A lot of them seem okay. So we've got like the Pope's Exorcist
I hear that's bonkers.
and
Like, or that
Exorcist
his
versus
performance is.
yeah. Exorcist versus the Devil, classic. Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Love that title.
Sure.
Misfit high schoolers, a heavily repressed Christian, try to play a prank on the school bully and accidentally kill him. Uh-oh. Oh no, that sucks. Knock at the Cabin from 2023. I don't know, is this religious? I
Well,
don't
the
tell me if it
people,
is.
well, the people who show up at the cabin,
Are kind of like, we believe.
yeah, they have been given the divine information about the
Okay.
apocalypse. If I remember from the book, I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, there's something very culty. They belong
Okay.
to a cult. It's very
Yes.
ritualistic what they
Faith,
do.
like the power of faith.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. The Sacrifice Game, 2023. Two students and a teacher stuck at boarding school over Christmas wind up the captives of a group of devil worshippers. Oh no.
Mhm.
That sounds vaguely familiar to Blackcoat's daughter, but cool.
Yeah.
And finally, Fifth Hammer recommends Candyland from 2023. Naive and devout young woman cast out of her religious cult. She finds no place to run and turns She finds herself taken in by a group of truck stop sex workers. So
Okay.
navigating what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Great. Sure.
navigates between strict belief system and street code.
Okay.
That sounds
So here's the
dangerous.
thing. Nobody's like, there's a lot of movies that I feel like on the Letterboxd and for our list too that are like, it
Mhm.
fits the bill, but
Sure.
I'm not like, nobody's like sold me on many of them yet. I do think Heretic was a pretty good sell
Yeah.
from King and Commoner,
Have you
and
seen Heretic?
I have, yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
you and I have both seen it.
and Weaponized Toaster gave a really good sell to the first Omen. I thought was
Yes.
also very intriguing. Having Suspicious Beans also great sell of Rule of Jenny Penn. Um, so those are all kind of interesting to me.
I do have to say, I'm kind of like, I might put my foot in the ground, foot, and say Saint Maud.
I'm
Seems to
really,
me like
yeah,
the, like not the clear winner, but like if we take Satan off the board,
uh,
devil, if we take possession off the board, and
yeah,
then we take culty devil worship off the board, and we go religion
yeah,
as a like an institution or a thought process that makes people do bad things,
uh huh.
Saint Maud seems
I think so.
like a good choice.
I think so. I'm most intrigued with this movie, and it's one.
Heretic would be number two.
Heretic. I would say I would have put Hellbender as my number two of just like a movie that
I'm
I think
curious
there's a
about
lot
Hellbender
to
too.
talk about in that movie. And I
And I
think
would
it's a
take
great film.
your recommendation of Hellbender
Yeah.
over Heretic. So like I said, I enjoyed it. Hugh Grant, a lot of fun, but I was like, WTF on the Act Three.
Heretic, Immaculate, and X are all movies where
Yeah.
I'm like, I like these movies,
Yes.
but
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like, I don't know that I have a lot to say in the way that like Hellbender and When Evil Lurks, I have a lot to say. But I think,
I really want to see When Evil Lurks, but it looks like your more traditional demon possession movie
mhm.
rather than religion is the
Yeah, it
scare.
does. Yeah, I think Saint Maud. I'm mostly just agreeing with you. I was like, I just think I have the most intrigue around this movie, and neither of us have seen it.
Yeah.
So
And
why
Medusa
not?
does sound really interesting to see a Brazilian
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
international kind of idea of Christianity making people do some questionable shit. But let's do St. Maud, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and it looks like it is available. Oh, I just
I
have
believe
to
it is.
look first. Yeah, it is available to rent on Amazon. It seems to be the case. Oh, it might even be on Prime. Okay, cool. Actually, let me check the phone app because their
It is
website
on
is
pre-May.
it is on Premade. Great,
Yep.
because their web page for Just Watch is junk now. All right. Well, that was fun. That was good. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for Cecil. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for Cecil, but also thank you, Cecil, for talking with
Sure.
me. If y'all have thoughts on The Faculty or ideas for other movies that you would have chosen for religion is the scare in a 2020s film, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Patreon. And on Patreon, we have public discussion threads for each episode, and you don't have to be a paying member to participate in those. So watch Saint Maud with us this week and come on back next week for a new episode. Have a restful night with no one cutting your guys and dolls funding or nothing. Boo.
Boo.